Recording started. Hello.
Hi.
Yes. What's your name?
Yeah.
Can you tell me your name?
My name is Fiona. Yeah.
Fiona. Let's
Yeah.
see. Hmm. Can you tell me how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah. I'm now 38. Yeah.
I see. I see.
I
Oh.
just turned 38. Yeah. Yeah. This year. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so sorry to ask you that because truth be told, I was expecting to meet a young student in
Yeah. Yeah.
class.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was my son, but he's
Ah.
old now, and then it's pretty difficult to focus on the class for him.
Mm, mm-mm.
So I think, yeah, instead of him, I need to learn English first and then teach him later. It would be better idea for him. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see. Then I understand, Fiona,
Yeah.
and thank you for being so open
Yeah.
about your age. I actually thought you're like a high school university student. Your face looks young.
Yeah.
I was like,
Thank you
am
very
I talk?
much.
Am I talking to the right student? Mm.
That that word is so makes me feel happy.
I'm glad that it made you feel
Yeah,
happy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm really great to hear that. But yeah, if you really meet me in person, you wouldn't gonna say it like
I understand.
that.
Oh, by the way, how old is your son?
My son is just turned six now.
He's so young. He's
Yeah,
so young. Mm.
well, yeah, but he need to how to speak English in order, like, how can I say? He can speak English well, but
Mm.
since he's really young, he can speak well, like properly. Um, he doesn't speak how can organize the student.
Ah.
Yeah, so
Mm-mm.
he needs that kind of practice. But the
Mm.
thing is, he got stressed if someone tell him speak again. No, make a kind
Ah.
know that
Mm.
he's like a answering like how old are you? 6. Your name
Mm.
is mom,
Mm.
and then like well, he can speak English like making a sentence, but I don't think he's eager to make that
Mm.
sentence. And then yeah, that's my desire, not his.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's a boy.
So realizing that it might be too early for your son to achieve, like speaking English accurately, he decided to take over the class, which I think is a great move. I have met a couple of like really young students, girl and boys, trying to study English. But I could understand that it's not really easy to make them speak accurately. They're not yet in that point wherein they would want to do that. Actually, for a lot of students of that age, English is a way to play, is a way to express themselves, and it's not really easy for the teacher and much more for the student to handle a class like this yet. Some students, they would find themselves kind of prepared for this already at some point, but they need to take, I should say, a lot of classes before that happens. So what I'm saying is, I think it's normal. It's normal. Just give him more time. I think it would be better soon.
But a lot of Korean students in Korea, they are learning English as a second language. But
Mm.
for my son, we are living
Mm.
in Indonesia now, so he attends
Ah.
the international school. So most of his friends are natives. So and then
Ah.
for my son, he just turned to 6 years old, and then since he was born in actually in Korea, but we just uh I mean whole his life he spent his whole life in Indonesia. So I guess
Mm.
it's kind of his first language is English with bahasa, which means Indonesian language.
Ah. Mm-mm.
But yeah, I'm not a native speaker, so I can't teach him like a mother language. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
but but I don't know. Somehow Korean is more difficult for him. So
Wow.
he learns, maybe he pick up the English word a lot, then a lot
Mm-mm.
of Korean words. I guess
Mm-mm.
it's because of I don't know, his character or his friends or like a background. We don't have much
Mm-mm.
Korean friends here.
Mm-mm.
So sometimes he speaks English better than me,
Mm-mm.
but and I would like to collect his grammar mistake or something like
Mm-mm.
that. But
Mm-mm.
my English skill is just I learn English as a second language,
Mm-mm.
not a first language. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
so that's the problem now. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Does it worry you a bit, Fiona, that he's not that fluent in Korean? Are you
Yeah, yeah,
worried
yeah.
about that? Oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's
Mm-mm.
some Korean kids is are making fun of him like he
Oh.
Korean, but why he can't speak Korean like properly like
Mm.
that?
Mm-mm.
But then they are they can't speak English as much as he can do, right? But
Mm-mm.
for us, yeah, we are Korean. He need to study more about Korean first, but
Mm-mm.
in this situation, he needs focus on English first because he's take
Mm-mm.
attend the school, right?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And then
Mm-mm.
he's now in grade 1. It means he
Mm-mm.
need to catch up the thing about thing academically, right? So
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
that's really a little bit stress for me.
Because it's like you understand the need for him to learn Korean because he's Korean, but you also understand the need that he needs to focus on some other language at the moment because that is the immediate need for it. The thing is, we know that it's not really easy to learn a language once you're past that phase of your life when learning a language is easy for you. What I mean is, like when you're young, like a kid, it's easy to learn a language, right? Just pick up the words from the people around you. But past at some point, like when you would try to learn English, let us say in the university, it would not be as easy if you would learn it when you were a kid. So there's a worry in there. I hope you could figure it out in the future. Maybe your son needs more exposure to the Korean language and English language at the same time. I hope that doesn't confuse him though. It could be confusing for him.
Yeah, I'm
Mm.
really confusing now.
I
Some
see.
parents tell me that learning the become a bilingual is
Mm,
not that great in this age. He
mm,
got to study in mother language first, but then he's really confused that what is my mother language? Well,
mm.
why? But only my husband and me speak Korean in this
Mm,
country. But
mm.
outside, if he go outside, many his friends speaks English, and then teachers and background they
Ah,
all speak different language. Like
mm.
my his nanny speaks Bahasa. Our
Wow.
step also speaks Bahasa. He learns Chinese and Indonesian and English at the same time from
Wow.
and
Mm,
then right in this age
mm,
Korean people say he need to speak Korean fluently because he's now almost 6 years old now and
mm,
in Korea his age is 7 years old now. It really pressure me to right and
mm.
am I bad mom? Am I not?
Mm,
Am uh, I'm not good enough to teach him Korean,
mm,
but
mm,
it's not true. And since he's really really little one, we had a bedtime story, and then I always read some Korean books and English speak book at the same time.
mm,
But thing is, thing is, he only speak English at first, so
Mm,
he
mm,
was
mm,
really hard to pronounce Korean language.
mm,
That
mm,
was not my fault, right? But
yes.
then,
No, it isn't. Mm,
yeah,
mm,
as he grows, he went to kindergarten in his school, and teachers are native, so it's like naturally he picks up the English word, right?
mm,
And then
mm,
even though we speak in Korean at home, like his pronunciation and like yeah, writing and reading skill is like a foreigner.
mm.
He's
Oh.
a foreigner who lives in Korea, like
What?
안녕하세요, yeah,
No,
and
I
yeah.
know.
So
Oh,
that
really?
makes me
Wow.
really frustrated, but
Mm,
um,
mm, mm,
I,
mm,
I I don't know how to deal with that,
mm,
but
mm,
yeah, I hope time
mm,
goes
mm,
by, he gets better
I
in
hope so. Mm, mm,
in many languages. He could be bilingual or trilingual, right? But
polyglot. That would be nice. That would be nice. Mm,
I hope that 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 makes him confused or not stressful, right?
mm, mm, mm,
So that so I'm not sure. So his first mother language is English or
mm,
Korean. Which one is better for him?
mm,
Or
mm,
we learn two languages at the same time?
time.
I'm not sure, but yeah.
Mm,
But
mm,
just now he's like, what is the meaning of that one in Korea? I don't feel comfortable speaking Korean now.
mm,
So, but his English is not perfect either. But he's
mm,
good enough to understand or like
mm,
comprehension or like reading is
mm,
fine. But he's not native kids, right? So
mm.
he's also need to practice a lot.
Ah, now
Uh,
I'm understanding more your worries because he's not good at Korean, but in English too, it's not like he's like native in speaking. He needs to work on it a lot as well. So
yeah,
there seems to be a lot of work that needs to be done, and you as the mother feel pressured about
yeah,
it.
really
Mm,
stressful with well,
mm,
in this pandemic. Yeah, we went to Korea and then we lived in Korea for a year because of this pandemic,
mm,
and
mm,
then I realized that he really need to catch up a lot of things like Korean skill, and then
mm,
I don't know. Korean students are really hardworking for their like mathematics, science,
mm.
or the
엄청 wow, her Korean students are unbelievable when it comes to studying. Wow.
they're
Mm, mm,
crazy. So
mm,
when I back to Korea, I realized that I didn't do anything for my kids because in here, like my native friends told me, don't pressure him anything, like
mm.
going to outdoor activities and then doing nothing makes their
Mm,
creative thinking,
mm.
right? Oh, right, okay. Then
Mm.
take your time. He will learn. He will speak as time goes by. But when I back to school, like I would like to send him to the English school in Korea, and
Mm.
then they ask me they need to task for him, but well, they are asking me about the listening skill and then what
Oh.
the grammatic and the reading things and what
Mm.
your son is speaking is okay, but the level of the reading and writing skill is far behind. Yeah,
Oh
of
my gosh.
course,
They
he
said
never
that?
learned about
Oh.
academic
Oh.
things in here. Like they
Mm,
are learning with the phonics thing in
mm,
kindergarten here, and then
mm,
praying and then drawing with the alphabet letter.
mm,
But in
mm,
Korea, I realized that they do tests every weekend, every week.
mm, 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 mm,
You need
mm,
to memorize a whole
mm.
vocabulary. Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
and then that was like he just started speaking English when he was 5 years old,
Mm.
and then I don't think that it's the right way to learn English language.
Mm, mm,
I was like, past this school, past this school. Not, not for my kid, not for
mm,
my kids. And
mm,
then
mm,
I just found the one who exactly similar to school in here. So I
mm,
picked up that school, and then he was really fun attending that school. The teacher
mm,
was not pressure a lot about
mm,
the academic things,
mm,
but
mm,
now, since he's in grade one,
mm.
yeah,
Your
here also,
perspective changed.
yeah, like,
Mm.
well, you need
Mm,
to
mm.
write and you need to learn to read,
Mm,
right?
mm,
So
mm,
I a little bit pressure him to read books, but
mm,
at least the reading book is the best way to learn English
mm,
for
mm,
little ones, not for
mm.
me. The word, and then the finish that book. I just forgot whole like a vocabulary, and I just speak out. But leader was really learns quickly, like a quick
Just by
word.
reading, right, or watching something. Mm.
They are different,
Mm,
right?
Well, you must be in a hard situation right now, and you know that your son needs to have these great skills to, be great in the future. This would all reflect on how he would do in the international school, in his academics, in English, specifically in school in the future, and maybe in his future job. It would have an effect at some point in these things. So I understand that the importance of these things. I hope at the right time you would find him improving in English, academic wise, and that he would learn Korean too. Hmm, I'm not a parent, so I don't really know what to do if I were in your
Right.
shoes. But thank you for opening my eyes to such thing.
Yeah.
But this is a personal question. Do you have plans on going back to Korea?
Well, yeah, probably.
Um, I
But
see.
my husband business runs Indonesia now. If
Mm,
we go back to Korea, it's like for a trip, not a permanent
ah, I see. I
residence.
see. So the reason why I ask is because she's cute.
I'm really busy.
The reason why I asked, just to wrap things up, I asked because if you guys would go back to Korea, the more he would need to study, like really hard. Because in Korea, the academics is really the focus for kids, right? Students would be sent to so many academies, and the competition is really stiff. Without a choice,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
need to
yeah.
keep up, right? So the more he would need to study, if that would be the case in the
Yeah.
future.
I don't. That's why I don't want to go back.
I see.
If I go, I choose the one country would like to go. Then it's like Canada or Europe.
But not Korea. I see. I
Those, yeah. But yeah, Korea is
I
nice.
agree. I agree. But yeah, like other countries, it would have its all downsides. Like if you were in the Philippines, you would experience hard times too, right? So it depends on your priority, I guess, or on what you want to do.
Just
Yeah.
for education, they a
Mm.
little bit tough. So I just don't
It
want,
does.
yeah, I want
No
my kids,
thanks.
yeah, raised for their kind of background. So yeah,
Nice. So once more, thank you for opening my eyes regarding to such thing and for being so expressive. It's nice to meet you, and I'll see you again
yes.
next time. Okay. All right.
Bye.
Him na Fiona. Bye
Bye.
bye.